Never thought I would make a video in the car, but baby just fell asleep. Chances are by the time I get home, she'll wake up and I won't have another chance to make this video, and I just want to get it over with. So here again is a video I was hoping I would never have to make. My 5th transfer this year, an entire year from January till December, has failed. I think it was probably a chemical because I saw lines getting darker, and then they stopped, and of course I was going to continue to see some lines because of the HCG injections. It's heartbreaking, and I have nothing to show for just a year of trying and having lost a lot of money and pain and suffering and struggle. Anyway, I'm not going to make a super long video. I had written down each day my symptoms, but I don't even see the point of sharing them, because what were my symptoms? I don't know. Symptoms of a chemical, symptoms of the hormones I was taking. I really can't say. So I don't want to give anybody false hope in one direction or make anybody worry, if they share the same symptoms and it turns out to be chemical, or, they have a perfectly fine pregnancy. So I don't know. I erased it. There's no point. I think that the reason why I'm making this video to share is not about the technical aspects of trying to get pregnant, but just some of the emotional challenge. And I can say that this round has taught me that I am not going to share this journey with anyone who doesn't absolutely need to know. And it's not because I think people are unkind or cruel. I know that everyone has the best intention. The problem is many people don't know how to handle this kind of situation, and they don't know what to say. And I had one client of mine who I'd shared my journey with, and I told her about the loss, and she said to me, I just don't know what to say. And that was really the most authentic, kind, wonderful thing to hear, to be honest, because you don't know what to say, and it's better to just say that than say something else that maybe you don't intend to be hurtful, but is hurtful anyway. So I'm really amazed at the amount of people who have said to me something along the lines of, well, maybe you should just accept your one miracle that you got and see that the universe or God is just not going to give you another one. So I find it very hard to believe that other people can speak for the intention of the universe, or God for that matter. And I understand that they see the suffering and the pain that I'm going through, and they don't want that for me. But is that the thing to say? To tell me that my daughter, who I am grateful for every second, every moment, every day I wake up with absolute gratitude, and I say my gratitude for my daughter, and I tell her I'm grateful for her, and not a moment goes by that I'm not so happy that I have her. But does that mean that I'm not allowed to have another child? It doesn't make sense to me, and it's hurtful. So I decided, like I said, I'm not going to share with anyone else. Now here, out in the internet, there are people who need to hear the story, and they're going through it. And I can tell you, don't get angry. People, they don't mean to hurt. They just feel sad, and they don't want to see you be sad, and so they just are thinking, maybe stop trying, because then it's easier, or something, God knows what. But we have to persevere. My daughter was my 7th try. if I had given up after 5, I wouldn't have this amazing blessing in my life. So I don't believe in that. I believe that the only way you can fail is if you give up. And if this soul is meant to come to me, and I truly believe it is, then we will find a way. So my next step is I'm going to go and have a saline sonogram to just get clearance from my OB to try again, because it's been a year since I did it last time. And then I have an appointment tomorrow with my doctor on the phone to discuss what strategy we're going to do for another protocol. I believe that the next best embryo I have left is a 6-cell embryo, and I'm going to ask, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe my daughter came from a 6-cell 3-day embryo, so I'm going to get that confirmed. But anyway, you know, a 6-cell considered to be poor rather than good, poor, fair. And then the only other one I had left is one that's considered fair, but it was a late developer, so it started to develop. So basically the way I understand it is they put the embryos in the lab, and then they check them from like 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. And then if the embryo, let's say, started to develop at like 7:30, you know, and then they cut it off at 8 or whatever they do, or let's say, I don't know how they do it, but they looked at it later, the embryo was developing, it just started developing later. So I believe by the time they froze that embryo, it only had 4 cells. Now, from my research, that's a pretty low chance of implantation. But what I do understand is they have the capability to try and grow the embryo out to a 3-day and see if they can get it to be 6 or 8 cells. So I'm going to ask about that tomorrow as well. But the point of this video is just, you know, everyone who's in this knows how heartbreaking it is, knows how hard it is. You have to go at your own pace. If you need to take breaks, if you need to stop for a while, if you need to stop completely, I mean, that's all the personal choices that everyone makes, and nobody can tell you what's right for you. But you have to do what you believe in your heart to be right, and maybe, you know, play your cards closer to the vest if you don't want to hear everyone's opinion, because everyone has one, and a lot of people like to share them. And the idea of giving up is not in my nature. I know what I want to do. I know what I've always dreamed of, and I'm going to continue on. And God willing, this year will be the year that I will be granted this wish. I am praying for it. I'm doing everything in my power to get there. I do believe that there are things in my life that are shifting now that are aligning me for the best outcome in my personal life that will just help support this. So that's what I choose to believe. And our entire reality, everything we see and do, is just based on our perception. And if my perception is that this soul is waiting for me, and that I will be a mom again, and that's what I choose to hold on to. So I hope that everyone out there who has gone through the losses, who has gone through the challenges, who may be just starting out there, I hope that you won't be in this journey as long as I have been, or have to go through this many tries. But if you do, just know that there's many of us out there who are trying and failing and getting back up and trying again. And again, I keep saying the only way that you can truly fail is if you just give up. And I'm not ready to give up yet. So I'm sending everybody out there just the most wishes for your dreams to come true. Sending you the sticky baby dust. I hope and pray that you will succeed, that you will have your baby, and that you will choose to keep trying even when it hurts, even when it's hard, and that if you do not give up, you will succeed. So please, if there's anything I can do, if you want to write me here on my channel, I'm also a metaphysical counselor, so you can feel free to reach me at the links below on the YouTube channel, my coaching site as a metaphysical counselor. I do a lot of IVF support. Surprise, surprise. And I'm happy to help anyone out there that I can in whatever way I can. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe. And I hope that the next videos that I bring you soon will be positive, happy videos resulting in a pregnancy. Take care, be well, and namaste.